My mother gave me a gold coat. Whenever I wear it, I feel close to her. It not only warms my body, but it warms my spirit. She was an educator, a very vibrant, loving Christian woman. When she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was quite a blow to all of us. Alzheimer's doesn't just affect a person, it affects a family. So I really wanted to participate in finding a cure.
It's particularly important for African Americans to engage in research and clinical trials because African Americans are twice more likely to have Alzheimer's disease than any other group.
Put your arms straight out.
Okay.
1. There is a fair amount of reluctance in the African American community to participate in clinical trials because of past experiments.
The National Institutes of Health have put into place very strong guidelines that we didn't have, say, 40, 50 years ago. We are engaging all races and ethnicities in our research in a safe way.
I've been participating in clinical trials for 4 years now.
Total, terrible, terrific, tempting.
The benefits of participation are tremendous. You get to know what's going on in the field of science. In other words, what is my hope for not getting a disease like this or for being able to manage it for my loved one?
We found out that they had found a gene that was peculiar to African Americans. I was thrilled to know that I was a part of that. My mother would be very proud of my participation in the research because it's not about me. It's about my family, it's about my community, it's about future generations. The goal is well worth it.
In healthy people, all sensations, movements, thoughts, memories, and feelings are the result of signals that pass through billions of nerve cells or neurons in the brain. Neurons constantly communicate with each other through electrical charges that travel down axons, causing the release of chemicals across tiny gaps to neighboring neurons. Other cells in the brain, such as astrocytes and microglia, clear away debris and help keep neurons healthy. In a person with Alzheimer's disease, the most basic form of dementia, toxic changes in the brain destroy this healthy balance. These changes may occur years, even decades, before the first signs of dementia. Researchers believe that this process involves two proteins, called beta amyloid and tau, which somehow become toxic to the brain. It appears that abnormal tau accumulates, eventually forming tangles inside neurons. And beta amyloid clumps into plaques, which slowly build up between neurons. As the level of amyloid reaches a tipping point, there is a rapid spread of tau throughout the brain. But tau and beta amyloid may not be the only factors involved in Alzheimer's. Other changes that affect the brain may also play a role over time. The vascular system may fail to deliver sufficient blood and nutrients to the brain. The brain may lack the glucose needed to power its activity. Chronic inflammation sets in as microglial cells fail to clear away debris, and astrocytes react to distressed microglia. Eventually, neurons lose their ability to communicate. As neurons die, the brain shrinks, beginning in the hippocampus, a part of the brain important to learning and memory. People may begin to experience memory loss, impaired decision-making, and language problems. As more neurons die throughout the brain, a person with Alzheimer's gradually loses the ability to think, remember, make decisions, and function independently. Achieving a deeper understanding of the molecular and cellular mechanisms and how they may interact is vital to the development of effective therapies. Much progress has been made in identifying various underlying factors. Advances in brain imaging allow us to see the course of plaques and tangles in the living brain. Blood and fluid biomarkers are providing insights about when the disease starts and how it progresses. More is also known about the genetic underpinnings of the disease and how they can affect particular biological pathways. These advances enable the development and testing of promising new therapies, including drugs that reduce or clear the increase of tau and amyloid proteins in the brain, therapies targeting the vascular system, glucose metabolism, and inflammation, and lifestyle interventions like exercise or diet, and behavioral approaches like social engagement that may enhance brain health. Research is moving quickly, ever closer to the day when we can delay or even prevent the devastation of dementia.
My parents were very vibrant people. My mother was an artist. My dad was a scientist, and animals were always a part of his life. He raised a squirrel, a crow, even a lion cub. He was truly Dr. Dolittle, no question. Do you know how long you two have been married now? Do you? No. 69 years.
69 years.
That's right. When my wife and I realized that both of my parents were on their journey with dementia, we sold our house and we moved in with my parents. I brought my poor wife back to the same bedroom that I had left when I was 18. It was surreal.
The strength of an actual caregiver is incredible. It's one of the hardest things a person can do. So when I asked them, please join these studies, we're asking a lot of them, but this is something that re-energizes them. They're a part of something bigger.
I want to be a part of ensuring that other people don't go through what my parents have gone through and what my wife and I have gone through caring for them. Tart, tasty, town. People so fear dementia, so fear Alzheimer's, they don't know what to say. A caregiver can become easily isolated.
We create a space where people feel comfortable to share what they're going through and help other people.
Not only am I with the researchers who understand, I'm also with other participants who get it. And that's helpful. When I express something, it's like, yeah, and this is how it was for me.
People who volunteer in research studies do get an extra layer of medical care and knowledge. We educate you on healthy lifestyles, on diet, on exercise, so that you leave not just giving to us, but that you leave feeling more empowered to make changes.
I've lost 40 pounds. I sleep better. I'm taking far better care of myself than I ever have before. From all that dwell below us. Telling my parents their stories, the stories of their lives, and taking them to places reminds them of their past and activates their brains. They're in the moment with me. It relaxes them and makes them happy.
Boy, yeah.
I wouldn't have known how to do this had I not been a part of the clinical trials. I'm grateful for that.